Morning students, this is Biot-Savart law. Okay, for this consider a current element, okay, of length dl. This is the current element, okay, carrying a current I. The current I is flowing from x to y. Let P be a point with position vector r. P be a point with position vector r. Makes an angle theta with current element. This is the angle between current element and position vector. Okay. Now, according to Biot-Savart, the magnitude of magnetic field at point P. The magnitude of magnetic field at point P due to current element of length dl. The magnetic field due to this current element is, the first point is directly proportional to current flowing through the conductor or wire, that is dB proportional to I. Okay. Second, directly proportional to length of current element means dl, that is dB proportional to dl. Okay. The third is directly proportional to sine of angle between dl and r, that is dB proportional to sine theta. Okay. And the fourth point is inversely proportional to the square of distance from current element means r square, that is dB proportional to 1 upon r square. Combining all these, we get dB proportional to I dl sine theta upon r square. dB proportional to I dl sine theta upon r square. Okay. Now remove the proportionality and introduce the constant. Then dB is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi I dl sine theta upon r square, where mu naught upon 4 pi is proportionality constant and mu naught is permeability. Okay, as in electrostatics, permittivity epsilon naught. Similarly, in magnetic field, mu naught is the permeability of free space. Okay, so dB is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi I dl sine theta upon r square. Okay, if we multiply this equation by r and divide by r, multiply and divide this equation by r, then we get mu naught upon 4 pi I dl r sine theta upon r cube. Okay, then we have dl r sine theta in the form ab sine theta. So in vector form, dB is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi I dl cross r upon r cube. Okay. The direction of dB is perpendicular to the plane containing dl and vector r, that is going into the plane of paper. And you know that the magnetic field going into the plane of paper is represented by a cross. So the magnetic field at point P is going into the plane of paper. This is represented by the diagram. You can see in diagram at point P, the magnetic field is going into the plane of paper. The direction of dB is perpendicular because there is a product of dl and r, and this product is vector product, and a vector product always gives a new vector whose direction is perpendicular. Okay, now here mu naught upon 4 pi we use as a constant. The value of this constant is equal to 10 to the power minus 7 Tesla is the unit of magnetic field meter per ampere. From this, mu naught is equal to 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere. This can be written as mu naught upon 2 pi is equal to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere. All these forms are using in different situations. Okay, now there is a relation between epsilon naught means permittivity, mu naught means permeability, and speed of light, it means c, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Okay, now for this we have the product of epsilon naught and mu naught. Now if we multiply and divide this by 4 pi, 4 pi in multiply and 4 pi in divide, then we get 4 pi epsilon naught mu naught upon 4 pi. But you know that the value of 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9. Then the value of 4 pi epsilon naught is equal to 1 upon 9 into 10 to the power 9. Okay, so we use the value of 4 pi epsilon naught, that is 1 upon 9 into 10 to the power 9, and the value of mu naught upon 4 pi is 10 to the power minus 7. Okay, then epsilon naught into mu naught is equal to 1 upon 9, and the 10 to the power minus 7 comes in denominator, then the power becomes 10 to the power 16. Okay, this can be written as 1 upon 3 into 10 to the power 8 to the whole square. Okay, but this value is speed of light, that is c, so we have c square. From this, epsilon naught into mu naught is equal to 1 upon c square, so c square is equal to 1 upon mu naught epsilon naught. Okay, now c is equal to 1 upon square root mu naught epsilon naught. This is the relationship between speed of light, permeability and permittivity. Okay, now one note for you: Biot-Savart law and Coulomb's law has certain similarities and differences. Both laws have some similarities and differences. So first similarities are, both laws are long range. It means they obey inverse square law. In the formula of both the law we have 1 upon r square, and if we put r is equal to infinity, then the value of electric field and magnetic field becomes 0. So both have long range. And the second similarity between both law is they obey principle of superposition. It means vector sum. So the principle of superposition is applicable for both law. Okay, this is the similarity between Biot-Savart law and Coulomb's law. Okay, And the differences between Biot-Savart law and Coulomb's law are: the first difference is it is produced by a vector quantity. Biot-Savart law is produced by a vector quantity, that is current element. Okay, we give the direction to displacement dl, then current element is a vector quantity. Okay, and the Coulomb's law, it is produced by a scalar quantity, that is charge. Okay, now the second difference is it depends on angle between dl and vector r, because we have the formula dB is equal to idl sin theta upon r square. But in Coulomb's law, it is independent of angle, because the formula is E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r square. Okay. Now a new topic is magnetic field due to an infinitely long straight current carrying wire or conductor. Okay. So for this we take a wire AB. Consider a long straight wire AB carrying a current I, from B to A, Okay, according to Biot-Savart law, we have dB is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi idl sin phi upon r square. Okay, then sin phi, the angle between current element and position vector of P is phi. So we take sin phi. Okay. Now in triangle POC, where is POC? POC. This triangle have two angles. One is phi and another is theta. Okay. So sin phi, for this is perpendicular and this is hypotenuse, so we have x upon r. But for angle theta, this is base and this is hypotenuse, so equal to cos theta. It means sin phi is equal to x upon r, which is equal to cos theta. Okay, from this we have r is equal to x upon cos theta. Okay, and from diagram tan theta, theta is here, so perpendicular, no. For theta, this is perpendicular and this is base. So we have L, perpendicular, and x is base. So tan theta is equal to L upon x, or L is equal to x tan theta. By the differentiation, we get dl is equal to x sec square theta d theta, because the differentiation of tan theta is sec square theta. Okay, so we have dl is equal to x sec square theta d theta. Okay, the remaining portion of this we discuss in next video. Okay.